We'd like to start with the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Lieutenant Malley.
To the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much, folks. The following matters will come before the Revere License Commission today. This is our regularly scheduled meeting. The meeting has been previously filed with the city clerk. The first item on the agenda will be the approval of minutes of May 21st and June 18th.
Just turn it off. Just turn it off in the back. Yeah. Yeah, just turn that off.
So the first item would be the approval of the minutes of May 21st and June 18th, 2025.
I move to approve. I move to approve.
I'll second that.
Very good. Those minutes are approved. The next items on the agenda are applications submitted for consideration. Item number 1, Josue Vides Erazo. This is a application for a one-day malt wine common victual license and entertainment license to be exercised on Shirley Avenue between North Shore Road and Orr Square on Sunday, August 3rd, 2025, from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., with a rain date of August 23rd, 2025. The expected attendance is 200. Your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Push the button on the thing.
My name is Josue Vides Erazo, and my address is 25 Harris Street, Revere, Massachusetts, 02151.
Thank you very much, sir. Can you tell us what you'd like to do with this one-day license?
Essentially, what a ciclovia does, it promotes healthy living. It brings people together, and it does that by shutting off the street to motor vehicles, and it allows people to walk, bike, and roll to the event. By doing so, it reimagines the streets, what we can do with it, how the sidewalks can be used in other ways, and then, you know, the ampleness of the street can just do so much for us, and how we can just reimagine how things can be different.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Do you have any questions regarding this?
I do. Who'll be serving the liquor?
I've been in talks with Capri. They're a restaurant in the Shirley Avenue neighborhood. She should have her license too. It's Claudia. I have her signature. I know it's included somewhere with where she gives an okay about the event. She's been very supportive.
I don't see where on your map. Where would it be? Like, is it barricaded? Is it? How would you maintain control over the liquor disbursement?
It would be an enclosed space in front of a bagel bin, so using that facade, it's what's highlighted in blue.
I don't see it. Oh, right in front of right in front of Bagel, like right in front of it. I see.
Yes, I've talked to the owner of Bagel Bin as well, and he's also been supportive of it.
So promoting healthy living, but serving alcohol, huh? I mean, you know, whatever you want to do. But I think that's all I have. That's what I was concerned about. But I think Capri has done stuff like this before. So that's the only question I have.
Very good. Do you have any questions?
Have you done any of these events in the past?
With the city, I've never done events like this, but my background is in architecture, and a lot of what I've done in studying is sort of imagining how spaces can be reimagined. So in going forward with this, you know, talking to all the community members I have been able to get in contact with, and sort of putting my knowledge and my understanding of what I know, I feel like I'm confident in putting in an event like this. And I think also the people who have given me the grant money at least to do it, I know they've been showing a lot of support and they know that I'm able to do it as well.
Do you have any other questions? Have you discussed the blocking off of Shirley Ave with the police department?
Just today I put in the paperwork for it. I went to fill out the forms of it, and then I was told I'd hear back as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you very much. That concludes this part of the hearing. Are there any proponents? Is anybody that would like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this license? Yes, Counselor.
Right behind you. Thank you. Ira Novoselsky, 53 Dehone Street, Councilor Ward 2. This is a new type of event we want to have for Shirley Ave. And it's basically blocking off the lower part of Shirley Ave, going from North Shore Road out to Orr Square and down to the beach. It's a Sunday afternoon, so several of the businesses are closed anyways. And we're just trying to get something new going. So we have no objections to it.
I presume you're in full support of this endeavor?
Yes, sir.
Well, that goes a long way, Ira.
Excuse me?
That goes a long way.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Counselor. Are there any other proponents? Anybody else that would like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this license? Your name and address for the record, please.
Hi, Laura Christopher, 17 Walden Street in Revere. I'm with Mass Development, the state agency that's been working with Josue and neighborhood partners for the event. And don't want to sell past the close here, but we definitely support the event. We'll do what we can to bring in the experience we've had in neighboring cities and in this city with, you guys remember maybe the Beach Street pop-up that we worked with the licensing board and the city to host with no issues on that event. So hopefully we carry that track record forward. And I think you can see he's done his due diligence with community outreach. And so as we're walking him through the process, I feel confident and really inspired by the amount of community support he's garnered. You'll see some of it today, but I know he's got a lot of letters and surveys and feedback. So just expressing my support, but happy to answer any questions relating to the grant or our involvement.
Thank you very much. Are there any other proponents?
My name is Alexandra Pomponio. I live at 1510 North Shore Road, so I live actually right next door to where this event will be taking place, and I'm on the board of directors with the Chamber of Commerce as well. We are very supportive of this event, especially with helping anything in the Shirley Avenue area, and we also are very supportive of the fact that this is really encouraging that, you know, the healthy lifestyle, you know, minus the alcohol part, but it is Revere, so, you know. But I also come from an events background, and I head up the events committee for the chamber. So Josue and I have been working together in collaboration on this as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else? Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Jan Dumas, 50 Walnut Avenue. I'm a member of the Revere Community Committee. We've been active in the community for 14 years now. We're actually up a little bit later to get the license for our 12th Shirley Avenue Cultural Festival. And Josue came to us last night to talk about this event. And we have decided to back him and help him put this event together. And while this might be his first event doing this, we're old hat at doing this, and we are going to throw our support behind him. And I want to remind you that we were also newbies once, and you took a chance on us, and I'd like you to take a chance on him. And know that we'll be right there with him every step of the way and help him if he stumbles. But everybody needs a first chance. So give him this first chance, please.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We appreciate that. Is there anybody else that would like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this license?
Sir?
Sir?
Am I gone? I'm
Name
Travis
and address
Alpert,
for the record, please.
owner of Centennial Lockout Services operating in Revere. I'm here to support Josue and Ciclavia and the Walk, Bike, Roll initiative. He's been a great partner with Revere Community Committee. He's been a great partner with the Shirley Ave Festival Planning Committee. Great correspondence, always an encouraging presence, and I want to support anything he's doing.
Well, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate that. Is there anybody else that would like to be a proponent for the issuing of this license? I don't hear anybody or see anybody. I'll close that section. Is there anybody opposed? Anybody opposed to the issuing of this license? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Would you like to discuss this further, or do you want to make a motion?
I can make a motion to approve.
A second.
Very good. The application for a one-day malt wine common victular and entertainment license is approved. The application for Josue Verdes Erazo for a one-day malt wine common victular and entertainment license to be exercised on Shirley Avenue between North Shore Road and Orr Square on Sunday, August 3rd, 2025, from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. is approved. Good luck with your event, sir.
Good luck.
Item number 2,
Oh, sorry.
Josue Verdes Erazo, Shirley Avenue between North Shore and Orr Square. This is an application for a one-day entertainment license to be exercised at Fitzhenry Square. Okay. Thank you. This license will be exercised at Fitzhenry Square on Saturday, September 20th, 2025, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., with a rain location of the Garfield School Gymnasium. This is a Ciclovia open street event. The expected attendance is 100. Can you explain this license, sir?
You turned it off.
Oh, leave it alone? Okay, I'm sorry. So with the second so when I got the grant, it was to create a series of ciclovias. So it was to this year, to next year, at least for now. And with the second one, I wanted to have it be something different from the first one. So in conversation with the neighborhood developers and their cultural festival that they do at Shirley Avenue the same day, I sort of was imagining, what if we created like one event that's not necessarily together, but it's in support of one another. And that way we bring more community, more people, and we can like send people both ways. So that's why, at this event, it's not more so about the vendors or, having alcohol there. It's now really more focused on closing off the street and have it for people, that more focus on the healthy living.
This is only an entertainment license that you're looking for in this particular one?
Yes.
And what type of entertainment are you looking for?
It would just have a DJ at this one.
Very good. Thank you very much, sir. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
So where are you basing your numbers out of for expecting attendance?
I'm just presuming the size of at least the area, and then kind of calculating how much square feet is sort of needed for a person. So that's why for the first one it's bigger, and then for the second one it gets smaller, since it's a small area that gets covered.
What type of vendors you plan to have at this event?
For the second one, I've been in conversation with the City of Revere History Museum and also the public library. They said that they were able to set up crafts and tables. For the second one, they had set up crafts and tables, have artwork there. I was also hoping to connect. I'm in contact with someone at Revere High School, but I want to get sort of all the art teachers in the community to all the art teachers who teach, for maybe like a first assignment. It could be something related to biking, like how do you see Revere in this future with walking, biking, rolling, and then maybe it can have like a sort of like a contest or an initiative to kind of get them like hung up in this space, and it can be something to bring the people in this area that's sort of underlooked.
So no food, no liquor.
No, only because I don't want to take away from the cultural festival, and I know they have their food at that event. And
Oh, it's gonna be the same day?
Yes.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say, you better have a darn good DJ without food and liquor, but Sounds like it's a good thing. I'm glad that you're bringing some innovative ideas to the city and doing some different things. And I think given the diversity of the city, I think we need that. So it's great.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Do you have any questions? Thank you very much, sir. We'll close this section of the hearing. Are there any proponents? If anybody would like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this license?
Thank you, Commissioners. Ira Novoselsky, 53 DeHaan Street, Ward 2 Counselor. Yes, this is a new innovation, and it is kind of in connection with the cultural festival, which you'll be hearing in a little while. And he is planning on blocking off that short section of Fitzhenry Square, which I put him in touch with the police department to work with them on that portion of what's going on. But it is a new idea, and it's only a couple hours, so we figured see something new in the neighborhood. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Counselor. Are there any other proponents? Anybody else like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this license? I don't see her. Oh, I do see proponents.
I have really short legs. Hi, Jan Dumas, 50 Walnut Ave, again, from the Revere Community Committee. He has come and talked to us about this, and it is something new and exciting. And we are going to be doing a festival at Sandler Square the same day, so we are in partnership, and we are supporting him. It's some new and exciting ideas, and new and exciting ideas are new and exciting. So let's support him. Let's see where it goes. And we will be there to catch him if he trips and falls. Promise.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a great day out there on Shirley Ave.
I hope I see you there. Please come, all of you. I
All
will
right.
give all of you Revere Community Committee T-shirts. They're really cool.
All right, great. Well, thank you. We appreciate it. Are there any other proponents?
Do you want to hear from us if it's the same as last? I don't think it's okay, then we're just good.
We will. You're noted. Thank you. Okay, I'll close that section. Is anybody opposed? Are there any opponents? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Would you like to make a motion, discuss it?
I can make a motion to approve.
I'd second.
Very good. The application for a one-day entertainment license for Josue Vidi Sarasso to be exercised at Fitzhenry Square on Saturday, September 20th, 2025, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., with a rain location at the Garfield School Gymnasium, is approved. Thank you very much, sir. Good luck with your events.
Thank you.
Item number 3, Diana Cardona, American Legion Lawn. This is an application for a one-day entertainment license. The application of Diana Cardona for a one-day entertainment license to be exercised on the American Legion lawn on Thursday, July 17th, 2025, from 4 p.m. to 7:30. The event is a celebration of Colombian Independence Day. The expected attendance is 80 to 100. Your name and address for the record, please.
Diana Cardona, 23 Harrington Street, Revere.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Can you tell us what you'd like to do with this license?
Yes, we would like to celebrate the Colombian Independence Day with some music and folkloric dancing. There are some restaurants who are giving just a donation of little pastelitos and empanadas for the people and some water. And the Colombian consulate is going to come just to say a couple of words. And that's it, to gather the community together.
Is this event similar to what you did last year at Beach? Is it Beachmont or Garfield? You said something over there?
No, this one is the one that we did last year on the same place.
So
Because
it's
the
same
other one
location.
was something that the consulate did, something with resources.
Right.
So we partnered with them to do that.
Well, Ms. Cardona, I must say, your drawing has gotten a lot better. You know, 'cause
Sorry.
What you put last
I
time.
promise you I'm going to learn how to use Canva.
You're doing a good job.
Thank
It's getting
you.
better. But no, you obviously do a lot in the city, and I'm confident that that your event will be a success, and I don't see any issues with the application. It seems like it's pretty straightforward. You just, what type of entertainment, you just a DJ? or-
Everything starts at 4 with the people who's going to talk about Colombia and the consulate, and then at 5 o'clock, the singers and some dancers are going to arrive. And we put it until 7:30 because we're planning to end it at 7, so we have half hour to just wrap up and leave.
Sounds good.
Well, thank you very much. Do you have any questions? Very good, we'll close this section. Any proponents? Anybody like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this license?
Thank you. I guess this is Ira Novoselsky Day up here. Ira Novoselsky, 53 Dohon Street, down in the Shirley Ave area. This is not my neighborhood, but I just wanted to make a slight correction that we don't call this the American Legion Lawn anymore. It's now called the McMacken Veterans Memorial Park.
What was that name again?
McMacken Veterans Memorial Park.
Duly noted, Counselor,
So-
thank you.
But other than that, I'm in favor of this. Thank you.
Yes,
Alexandra Pomponio with the Revere Chamber of Commerce. We are also in support of Deanna, keeping it very short.
okay, thank you very much. Any other proponents? Yes, sir.
Travis Elpert with the Revere Community Committee. Deanna is amazing, and so is this event, and we wouldn't be part of the Revere Community Committee or the Shirley Ave Cultural Festival planning without supporting such an awesome event. So, total support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hi, Jan Dumas, 50 Walnut Avenue. Deanna has been an amazing supporter of the Revere Community Committee, and we are here supporting her for her event here on Broadway.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Are there any other proponents? I don't see or hear anybody. Will close that section. Is there anybody opposed? Don't see or hear anybody. Will close that section. Would you like to make a motion or discuss it further?
I don't think a further discussion is necessary. I think I would certainly move to approve the application for the one-day entertainment license.
And I will second that.
Very good. The application for a one-day entertainment license for Deanna Cardona to be exercised on the McMacken Veterans Lawn on Thursday, July 17, 2025, from 4 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. is approved. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You might as well stay there because we have another one.
Until 6.
Oh, we have two, okay. So this is item number 4. This is an application for a one-day entertainment license. This license would be exercised at Sandler Square on Sunday, July 20th. This is the first anniversary celebration of Chocolate Toffee. Expected attendance is 50 to 100. I'm sorry? Chocolate. Thank you. Explain briefly what you'd like to do here. What
So
what type of
basically-
entertainment?
Yeah, what we like to do is just to put some music in there and just to make a little bit of the kind of a little noisy, no, not too much. Just to have the beachgoers also find Sandal Square an attractive way to kind of go around. And also inside the Chocolate, we're going to have a lot of samples, free samples for the community that are going to arrive because it's our first anniversary and we want to have a little something for the community.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions?
What are the times?
We're going to, I don't even remember if I put the time here. 4 to 8, but we were gonna give samples the whole day. But the music party will be 4 to 8.
Any other questions? Any questions? Very good, close that section. Any proponents?
Proponent, Ira Novoselsky, 53 Dohon Street. I live right up the street from there. I am the Ward 2 counselor, and they're doing a terrific job down where they are on Lower Dahone Street, and a lot of traffic down there in their store, and getting a lot of customers, so, and hope they keep it going for a long time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Counselor. Are there any other proponents?
Hi there, Laura Christopher, 17 Walden Street, and if it's okay with the committee, I'd love to give my approval for this and the next couple items, just to
Okay.
save everyone's time.
Sure,
because
that'd be
there's-
great, thank you.
They're related, but first, I think it's a huge milestone for a business to hit their first anniversary, so we're so happy to celebrate that in the neighborhood. Deanna is the chair of the Shirley Ave Neighborhood Association. She's been incredibly involved in activating the space and making good things happen. So she's also been very diligent and responsible in managing events, even in Sandler Square specifically, where she was the community manager for the mobile market when the farmers market was down there. So it's, from my perspective as a state partner, well within her skill set. And yeah, we're just so happy to see the events she wants to offer and any kind of life she's planning to bring to the street with sidewalk dining and otherwise. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And we'll stipulate that there are several other proponents who have already spoken on the previous licenses. We'll close that section. Is there any opponents? Is there anybody opposed to the issuing of this license? Don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Do you want to discuss this, or would you like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve, is it item number 4 or 5? 4. The application for the one-day entertainment license.
I will second that.
Very good. The application for the one-day entertainment license to be exercised at Sandler Square on Sunday, July 20th, 2025 is approved.
Thank you.
very much. Item number 5, Deanna Cardona, Sandler Square. This is an application for 5 one-day entertainment licenses. These are to be exercised on Sandler Square on Saturday, August 2nd, Saturday, August 9th, Saturday, August 16th, Saturday, August 23rd, and Saturday, August 30th, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. for a summer concert series showcasing local artists.
Thank you very much. Yes, yeah, the idea is to have a concert every Saturday to promote the artist, where they're going to be able to come and showcase what they have and what they want to show to the community. And also another way to have the name of Sandler Square a little bit more known, because a lot of people, you let them know, oh, my business is on Sandler Square. They don't know exactly what it is. So this might be a good opportunity to start to know the name Sandler Square out there, and have another way for the beachgoers to go around Shirley Avenue and also the Sandler Square and get to know the area more. The tourists.
Well, it's an interesting idea. Do you have the artists already picked out, or are you still working on that?
So most of them are picked out, and there's gonna be maybe 2 per night. And we're gonna have a jazz night, and that's almost conclude. And the other ones are still pending, but we have a few that are already in the line, they want to do it.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you have any questions for Ms. Cardona?
I do not.
Very good, we will close this section. Are there any proponents? Is there anybody that would like to speak on behalf of the issuing of the 5 one-day licenses?
Ira Novoselsky, 53 Dehone Street. It's right down the street from my house, and I think it's something different. It perks up the neighborhood, and I'm all for all the dates, and just for future, for the next hearing you have, I'm in favor of that too. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay.
Jan
Proponents?
Dumas, 50 Walnut Ave. I gave you a couple minutes without me. Did you miss
Okay.
me? Yes. She's a wonderful supporter of what the Revere Community Committee does. She's a wonderful business owner in the Sandler Square area. I'm really excited about these concerts because one of them falls on my birthday,
Happy birthday.
the 16th. Yeah, I'm not telling you how old I am, though. You got to guess.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Are there any other proponents? I don't see or hear anybody, but I will assume that there are several. Yes, they are. I see them now. Thank you very much. We'll close that section. Is there anybody opposed? I don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Discussion or motion?
I can make a motion to approve.
I'd second that.
Very good. The application for 5 one-day entertainment licenses to be exercised on Sandler Square on Saturday, August 2nd, Saturday, August 9th, Saturday, August 16th, Saturday, August 23rd, and Saturday, August 3rd, 2025, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. for a summer concert series is approved. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, we have one more.
One more, last one, I promise.
Chocolafe? Chocolafe LLC. This is an application for outdoor seating. The outdoor seating, requested seating is 10, and the hours of the outdoor seating is requested from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Can you tell me briefly how many tables?
Yeah, we're gonna have, I believe, 3 tables with 3 seats each, probably. And we planning to have maybe a kiosk that people can just pay there, and then we can bring the food to them. And yeah, just have a beautify the area there.
Yeah, it looks very nice. The photograph's very nice.
Thank
Will it be speakers outside for music or anything like that?
So I would like to have maybe something like that, if it's possible, and nothing loud. It's just to have maybe something that it can sound in the back, because we have a podcast studio inside the coffee shop. So sometimes we do interviews to local artists or to community leaders, and we want to be able to do some more. And some people sometimes they have the beach clothing, and they can be a good way for them to be part of the podcast too without being in there.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and I have to commend you on your activism for the area.
Yeah, thank you.
It's very appreciated.
Thank you very much. I like the area.
Would anyone like to ask any questions?
I don't have any questions.
Very good. We'll close this section. Are there any proponents? Anybody that would like to speak on behalf of the outdoor seating? I don't see or hear anybody. I assume there will be.
I love the idea.
Okay, thank you very much.
Travis Halpert, Revere Community Committee proponent. I just wanted to say, because I didn't get to, I'm happy 1 year.
Thank
So excited for that. I love the idea of having the outdoor seating because it brings life to the space of Sandler Square, which is what Deanna's continued to do, and I love it. Because the inside is amazing, and you don't know that with, sometimes with the sidewalks dead, so I love it. Thank you.
I will thank you very much for
Good
the
idea.
input, sir. We appreciate it. Close that section. Do you want to discuss this further or make a motion?
I'd move to approve.
I think it's gonna look very nice. I will second that.
Thank you.
Very good. The application for outdoor seating for Chocolafe, 9 Dehon Street is approved. The application would be for outdoor seating of 10, with the requested hours of the seating being 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Thank you very much, and good luck with your projects. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, and thank you to the community for the support. Thank you.
Item number 7, Macy Burns, 649 Squire Road. Arnell Andrews is the event manager. This is an application for a one-day entertainment license. The entertainment license is to be exercised in the parking lot at 649 Squire Road on Saturday, August 2nd, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., with a rain date of Sunday, August 3rd. The event is a 3 motorcycle stunt shows. Expected attendance is 500 to 1,000.
Yes.
Your name and address for the record, please?
My name is Ariel Andrews, 649 Squire Road.
Excuse me. Can you explain what you'd like to do with this license, please?
Yes. So I am the marketing director for New England Motorcycle Group, owner for Boston Harley Davidson, and we have partnered with this particular stunt show at our other locations, so we have some good operation history with them. What will happen is we will use we'll use a double barrier in order to keep the stunt riders safe and the crowd safe. So I think you have a copy of what our parking lot looks like. So if you look at that, the orange area in the center that says stunt area, there's going to be a double barrier. So the inner barrier will either be the water-filled traffic barriers that link together, or they will be concrete barriers. We are in the process of ironing that detail out. So that will be the first layer of barriers. Stunt riders will be inside. Nobody will be allowed inside other than the people who are performing the stunts. Then on the outside of those either water or concrete barriers, there will be a second layer of the bicycle-style crowd barriers to also keep the crowd at least another foot off of those barriers, so there's a little bit more of a cushion, and also not allowing anybody to cross over the barriers while, somebody makes a bad decision, which we will ultimately ask them to leave. So parking lot is set up so that we also will have food trucks. We are still working on solidifying 3 of the food trucks. We're looking at an ice cream truck and 2 full food trucks. And we also will have vendors, which will be up in front of the building, away from the crowd area that will be surrounding the stunt area. We have requested 2 police detail officers to be on property that day for both days if we have to go into the rain date. So they'll be there helping with all security and crowd control. We will also have our staff members and HOG chapter members stationed in the parking lot to help with flow of vehicles through the parking lot. And what else do we have? Stunt shows, the riders are professional riders. There's one show at 12, it lasts about 15 to 20 minutes. Another show at 2, again, 15 to 20 minutes. And the last show will be taking place at 4 o'clock, 10 to 15 to 20 minutes long. After that, we say goodbye to everybody, ask them all to have a great day, and hopefully we've had a very safe day.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
What goes on in between these shows?
So in between the shows, obviously we want some staying power for these people who are there. So we have the food trucks that will be there. People will be eating off food trucks. Hopefully they come into the store and shop. But there is an ebb and flow to this type of crowd that we've experienced at our other locations with this particular type of event. They come in, they watch one show, they stick around for a little bit, and then they leave. And then we will have another group of people or another flow of customers come in for the second show, and so on. So it's very much a fluid type day, where we could have 500 people at once, and then they're gone, and then another 500 people come in, and then they're gone. So it's a little bit of a flow.
And the people will be in the yellow area, is that what
Yeah.
they are?
So in that yellow area that surrounds the stunt area, around that yellow area, you see that we have some red dotted lines. Those indicate some cones so that we can keep it pedestrian friendly, so that it's also very designated so that we don't have someone trying to drive through. We're trying to keep it very well organized. So yes, crowd area in the yellow.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
No, I was just waiting to hear if there was going to be a police detail. That was my only concern with the
Yep.
crowd management.
Yep.
So it's obviously a big lot.
Yep.
Have you guys done this before? Is this the first time?
So we have at this location, at this particular location, we have done it with 2 other groups a very long time ago. So this is our first show here at this location in probably 8-ish years. But as previously stated, I have worked with this particular group of stunt riders we have 3 other locations, 2 in New Hampshire and 1 in Maine. And our 2 locations in New Hampshire, they have performed for us at these other 2 places, and they are extremely respectful. They understand what they are doing, and they are extremely careful about how they do it, and mindful about restrictions, mindful about safety, because they understand the risks that come with it. They've also provided the city with a certificate of insurance that includes the city of Revere and Boston Harley-Davidson as additionally insured. So I hope that also helps with our case.
So I'm just looking at your hours requested are from 9 to 4, and I see that your last show is at 4. So how long is the show? 15 minutes? I don't know if you wanted to extend it or.
We probably could extend it till about 4:30, but really, like, when they're done, like, crowd exits. So their last show does start at 4, lasts about 15 to 20 minutes. It's their last show of the day. They are a little tired at that point, so it does tend to be a little shorter. And then they take off. We start breaking down and end the day.
Thank you very much for that explanation. We appreciate it. We'll close this section of the hearing. Are there any proponents? Anybody like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this license? Don't see or hear anybody. We will close this section. Are there any opponents? Anybody opposed? Don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Would you like to discuss this further, or do you want to make a motion?
I can make a motion to approve.
I'd
Thank
second
you.
it.
Very good. The application for Macy Burns for a one-day entertainment license to be exercised at 649 Squire Road on Saturday, August 2nd, 2025, from 9 a.m. till 4 p.m., with a rain date of Sunday, August 3rd, 2025, is approved. Thank you very much. Good luck with your event.
Thank you very much.
The next item on the agenda is item number 9, the neighborhood developers, Sandler Square. Jasmine Bach is the event manager. This is an application for a one-day entertainment license. This will be exercised at Sandler Square on Saturday, September 20th, 2025, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., with a rain location of the Garfield School Gymnasium. The event is the annual Shirley Ave Cultural Festival. The expected attendance is 100 to 200. Your name and address for the record, please.
Yep. My name is Jasmine Bach. I live at 29 Knowles Mill Road in Chester, New Hampshire, but I work at 17 Walden Street in Revere and 4 Garish Ave in Chelsea with the neighborhood developers. So the Shirley Ave Cultural Festival is an annual event to celebrate the cultural diversity of the Shirley Ave neighborhood. This is a free event with free food from local businesses and free educational and informational tables. It's family-friendly for all ages with cultural performances, a DJ, and kids' activities. And this is our 12th year putting on the event.
Very good. I see you provided the diagram.
Beautiful, colorful.
Yep, very nice diagram, top notch. Do you have any questions for Ms. Bach?
Do you intend to have a police detail there?
Yeah, I believe so, yes. We'll be closing Centennial Ave and Dehon Street just at where the Sandler Square is. And we've done that in the past with no problems.
What type of entertainment?
So we'll be doing cultural performances, usually dancers, singers, and we'll have a DJ as well. And we'll have a bouncy house and other kids' games and face painting.
Very good. Do you have any questions? Very good. We will close this section of the hearing. Any proponents? Anybody like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this license?
Ira Novoselsky, 53 Dehon Street, Ward 2 Counselor. Again, this is right down the street from my house, and I've been involved in this since day one, all the years that we've been having it. And we are working with the police on securing the closing of the streets, and like we have in the past, and everything has worked out excellent, and we haven't had any problems at all. So I'm in favor of this and hope that you approve it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Counselor.
Jan Dumas, 50 Walnut Avenue. I've been a member of the Revere Community Committee since the very beginning, This is our 12th year of doing this, and we have not had a problem in all of our 12 years. So I look forward to doing this again. And you are all invited, and I will give
Thank you.
all of you Revere Community Committee shirts when you come.
Appreciate that, thank you. Yes, sir.
Travis Alpert, Revere Community Committee. Thank you so much. I am in support of this event, the 12th annual. We've been doing it for years. I've been helping out since 2018. It's a phenomenal event. Everybody loves it. The kids, the family, the community, counselors would love to see you there. So I'm also extending an invitation to you guys and, of course, support this awesome event for this community. Thanks.
Well, thank you very much, sir, we appreciate that. Yes, ma'am.
Diana Cardona, Chocolafe. I'm very happy that this event is taking place in Sandor Square.
Thank you very much. Are there any other proponents? Duly noted, unless you'd like to come up here and speak, but otherwise. Okay, thank you. You're noted. Thank you very much. We'll close this section. Are there any opponents? Anybody opposed? Don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Would you like to discuss this or make a motion?
I'd gladly move to approve this application as written.
I will second that.
Very good. The application for a one-day entertainment license to be exercised at Sandler Square on Saturday, September 20th, 2025, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. is approved. This is the Neighborhood Developers. They are having an event of the annual Shirley Ave Cultural Festival, and that application is approved. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Item number 11, Patal Dairy Mart Liquors, Inc. No, I'm sorry, I skipped one. Item number 10, Fifth Avenue Steakhouse, Inc., DBA Floramos Restaurant, 492 Revere Beach Boulevard. John Floramo is the manager. This is an application for an all-alcohol restaurant license. The license to be exercised at 492 Revere Beach Boulevard. The requested hours are Sunday, 11:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., Monday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Thursday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. The requested seating is 150. The requested entertainment is widescreen cable TV, radio, and musical bingo. Your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Attorney Tyler Hensler from the law firm of Upton, Cannell, and Devlin, located at 112 Water Street, Boston. On behalf of Fifth Avenue Steakhouse, Inc., joining me is John Floramos and his wife, Carrie. And do you want to give your address?
492 Revere Beach Boulevard, Revere.
Thank you very much, sir. Can you explain what you'd like to do with this all-alcohol restaurant license?
Yes, Floramos is applying for the new Section 12 all-alcohol license, as well as the entertainment license and common victualler license at the 492 Revere Beach Boulevard location. There's a public need for a license at this location, demonstrated by the fact that a license previously existed at this location, but also because this is a unique concept for the area. Floramos, famously had a location in Chelsea for 40 years. They serve, for anyone who's not aware, steak tips, ribs, Italian cuisine, seafood, all of the highest quality in a home cooking style atmosphere. For alcohol, they'll have a very robust selection of beer, wine, and cocktails that'll pair and complement the food. This will all be served with the picturesque ocean views of Revere Beach Boulevard. And they're very excited to open at this beautiful location. And they've heard excitement from members of the public as well. The character and fitness of this applicant is also strong. The restaurant's owned by John Floramos, standing to my left, who has owned and operated the Floramos original location in Chelsea from 1982 to 2022, so 40 years, and he's excited to open up this new Revere Beach location. John will also be acting as the manager of record. John is a U.S. citizen. He's a Massachusetts resident. He is familiar with the rules and regulations related to the sale and service of alcohol of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth, and he has over 40 years of experience in the industry. He's also TIP certified. We're happy to answer any question the board has, but we thank you for your time this afternoon.
Thank you very much, sir. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
Are we keeping the same amount of seating as we had before, in the prior?
I am not aware of what the seating was prior.
Okay.
I added some in for standing room, in case people are waiting. I don't know if it's exactly 150 seats, it's probably more like 135, 40, but I wanted to, in case people are standing waiting for takeout, I wanted that to be allowed.
That's where you have the 10 people on the corner, right?
Correct.
Very good. Well, I'm personally excited to see you come here because I used to go to the Chelsea place all the time, and I even went to the Malden place when you were briefly in Malden, so I'm looking forward
Thank
to
you.
the meat falling off the bone. Do you have any questions that you'd like to ask?
No, I'm equally excited for this family to bring their rich, long tradition to Revere. For the folks in that neighboring area, I know they're excited for the new management and ownership that's going to be there. And that obviously your reputation precedes you. You know, you guys have done a great job in your other locations, and you know, I think this commission is very excited and looking forward to many years of success on Revere Beach.
Thank you.
Very good, so we'll close this part of the hearing. Are there any proponents, anybody that would like to speak on behalf of the issuing of the license to Floramos?
Council Garino, Suaya, Ward 5. Okay, my question is, when are you opening? Everybody wants to know. Everybody's calling me. They're driving me crazy. I have to give them an answer. I'm very excited about this, and the phone calls that I've been getting, everyone is in support of Floramos coming to the beach. We really need an establishment like this, and they're extremely responsible. The one question I do have is their hours, their requested hours. On Sunday night, you're asking to close at 8:30 through you, Mr. Chairman. Does the board think that it should be 11 o'clock like the rest of the week in case you do decide to have a wedding or something in there that night? Instead of closing it at 8:30, I would suggest that maybe close it at 11 as well. Have the license for 11. That, just personally.
I mean, it makes sense, but I mean, if he wants to close at 8:30, he closes at 8:30.
Right. But it was just a suggestion that was brought up to me. What time are they going to open?
Yeah, the reason behind that was what we found since COVID is the hours, the nights aren't as late anymore. So that's the reason. If there's a call for it, I would love to be open. That just means it's business. But that's the reason behind it. I know it sounds.
I would open the license, though. I would get the license till that time, and then if you wanted to close early, then you close early,
Oh, okay. All
right?
Yes, I agree.
Yes, I mean, it would save you from coming back in at some point if you wanted to open
Okay.
at 11.
I understand.
So if you had the license to 11, you could still decide to close at 8:30, that's your prerogative,
Okay.
but is
Yeah,
that what you
11.
want to do?
Yes.
I think she knows what she's doing. You might get a different experience over there on the beach, and like the chairman just said, it's better just to have your attorney move to amend it now and ask for a slightly higher or later date time, so that you don't have to come back, right? That's probably the best thing to do.
And then I don't know what you're planning on, if you're planning on having outdoor seating, then you're going to have to come back again for that.
Not for this year, it's too late in the season, because by the time we get open, it won't be.
But again, your council can move to amend orally on the record once we get through the.
And when are you planning on opening, sir?
We're hoping before Labor Day. I don't have an exact date of that, because we're doing a lot of work.
Very good. Do you have anything else, Counselor?
I don't. Thank you so much.
Very good. Is there any other proponents? Anybody else like to speak on behalf of the issuing of the license?
Michael Tucker, 500 Revere Beach Boulevard. I'm a direct abutter. I own a condo there. I'm also 9 Ellerton Street, which is down the street. Knowing this family, I had a dear friend who passed away, Ed Griffin, who never stopped speaking about Ferramos. So I could never say no to this. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for Revere, and I look forward to going there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Are there any other proponents?
Thank you, sir. Ira Novoselsky, 53 Dearborn Street, Ward 2 Counselor. Even though it's not my area, I used to eat at Floramos like everybody else. It's a great place. It has a great name, and we're just looking forward to them opening. As the counselor said before, everybody is asking when. So hopefully you can approve it today, and they'll be able to open when they want. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Counselor. Are there any other proponents? I don't see or hear anybody. Will close that section. Is anybody opposed? Don't see or hear anybody. Will close that section. I just have one other question. What is musical bingo?
I think I have an idea, but I think you'll.
You can ask that, yeah, because that's.
So, basically, you'd get a bingo card, and instead of the, letters and numbers, you'd get I think an artist and a genre maybe, but basically, instead of someone up there calling, B4 and making jokes, you just, the DJ will play some songs, or whoever's controlling the music will play some songs, and you can play along or just listen to the music.
Okay, all right. And are prizes awarded if you get musical
Yes.
bingo?
Yes, usually gift cards back to the restaurant.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you. Learned something new.
Yeah. It's actually a nice night. People love it.
It sounds like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Counselor, did you have something that you wanted to add?
I just wanted to put it out there in case they're not aware, but with the karaoke, would they need a separate license for that? Or could he amend it to add karaoke in case he decides to have it? Should he amend it now?
If he wants karaoke, he should do it while the
While
getting's-
we're here, right?
While the getting's good.
I think you should. John?
Sounds like we're going to respectfully request the board to amend, to add karaoke, as well as the 11 o'clock Sunday? The 11 o'clock closing hour on Sunday, though it is not our intention at first to use that, but just to have it.
Yeah, I think you should also add DJ to that as well, just in case.
I did mention DJ, and I realize now that we did not apply for it, so also to add a DJ.
Okay, so just so we're clear, Counselor, your application is for an all-alcohol restaurant license and also entertainment of widescreen cable TV, radio, musical bingo, DJ, and karaoke. Is that?
Yes.
And you want the requested hours on Sunday to be 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m.?
Yes.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions? You want to make a motion?
I'd move to approve the application as amended.
I will second that.
Very good. The application for Floramos is approved. The application for an all-alcohol restaurant license to be exercised at 492 Revere Beach Boulevard. The requested hours are Sunday, 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m., Monday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Thursday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. The requested seating is 150. Requested entertainment is widescreen cable TV, radio, musical bingo, DJ, and karaoke. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Those licenses are approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Item number 11, Patel Dairy Mart Liquors, Inc., DBA Dairy Mart, 160 Squire Road. Sumit Kumar N. Patel is the manager. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. The application for a transfer of an all-alcohol package store license and pledge of license and inventory. The all-alcohol package store license from Natra Inc., said license to be exercised at 160 Squire Road, and a pledge of license and inventory to Rockland Trust. Your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, my name is Attorney Tom Truax with the law firm of Calico, and Truax, 530 Loring Avenue, Salem, Massachusetts. With me to my immediate left are Mr. Somit Kumar Patel. He is one of the principals of the corporation. He's also the proposed license manager. And to my right is Mrs. Swetaben Patel. She's also one of the principals of the corporation. The underlying transaction is a sale of real estate at 160 Squire Road, and it's also a transfer of the license there as well, and the sale of the business assets at that location. As you've indicated, Rockland Trust is providing financing for this venture. They're providing real estate financing, they're providing financing for the business assets as well, and as they typically require as part of their collateral for this type of loan, they require a pledge of license and a pledge of the alcohol inventory. As for experience, Mr. Somit Kumar Patel comes before you with, recently, he's been working at Patel Dairy Mart for the past 2 years. So he's very familiar with that store, so he has experience with the very store that we're talking about with the transfer. Before that, he was working for 7 years at Hillside Market, which is in Boston. As to Mrs. Swetaben Patel, he's also tip certified. Mrs. Swetaben Patel, she is also has a liquor package store experience. She is currently working and is part owner of Big Apple Food Stores, which is in Salem, Massachusetts. She's been there for the past 2 years. And before that, she worked for 3 years at Huntington Liquors, which is downtown Boston. She too is tip certified. As for the operation of the business, pretty much an unchanged, remain the change type operation. The store layout will remain the same. The hours will remain the same. Store personnel will be retained. Store name will be the same. Really, the only thing that's changing is just the name of the owners, and that's it. All in all, it should be pretty much of a turnkey operation. As I said, they're all, with the current employees, they should be pretty aware of what the customers are, and so with the new ownership coming in, with their experience, it should be a pretty simple turnover, and we would be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you very much, Counselor. Hillside Market, do they serve alcohol at that location?
That is not a package store, but it is an it's not a package store, but it does have tobacco. And as you know, you may or may not know, Boston's pretty tight on their tobacco, their tobacco program.
Yes.
And so they do have obviously the same carding requirements, and that's been a clean store for the 7 years that it's been open in Boston.
When I know at one point, the Dairy Mart, they were required to maintain a certain level of convenience items
They do.
separate from the liquor.
Yeah.
Is that ratio going to remain the same, or?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much, it's a great store. All I've been hearing about is this store. Everything, they're not gonna they're gonna keep a good thing the way it is. So it's gonna stay the way you see it now, is the way it's gonna be and continue to be.
Thank you very much, sir. Do you have any questions?
I don't. I reviewed the application. Everything seems to be in order. I love the fact that obviously you've worked in this business for some time and you're very familiar with it. You said operationally nothing's much going to change, so I'm satisfied.
No questions for me.
Very good. We will close this section of the hearing. Thank you, Counselor. Are there any proponents? Anybody like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this, actually the transfer of this license? I don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Is anybody opposed? Anybody opposed to the transfer of the all-alcohol package store license? I don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Do you want to discuss this further, or would you like to make a motion?
I can make a motion to approve.
And I'd second that motion.
Very good. The application for a transfer of an all-alcohol package store license and pledge of license and inventory is approved. The package store license will be exercised at 160 Squire Road, and a pledge of license and inventory to Rockland Trust Company. And that transaction and application is approved.
Great,
Good luck.
thank you very much.
Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
That concludes the applications for consideration. The next item on the agenda are hearings. The first item to be heard is MFRP Corp., DBA The Squire. This is a continuation of a hearing from March, where I think we're going to check in and see how we were doing. You turn it on?
It's already on?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Rob DePizer. I'm one of the owners of the Squire Lounge. Just want to follow up from the last meeting. The incidents that brought us forward here back in January. We are now 6 months past that time. We have had great success with the new security company that we've hired. We're providing, which I always thought we provided good security. We had the police details in there before, and obviously we had a few incidents that happened. Now we have a security company in, and I have the owner of the security company here that can speak on our behalf as well and provide all the details on what we're doing to maintain that there are no incidents or continuing the safety and for our patrons and the customers. One of the things that I just like to mention is, as we all know, the environment in today is a lot different than it was many years ago. I'm not making an excuse, but it's very, very difficult with some of the people that pull into our parking lot, people who come in. I mean, we just had a huge incident between Revere Beach and Shirley Ave. Nothing to do with us, but it's very difficult. Police officers got run over, stuff of that. There's a very lack of disrespect for security and police officers. However, that being said, we are trying to do, and we are paying the proper security. We are still in contact with the police department, a lot of the police officers that we're friendly with, and keep them up to date on what we're doing, and they've gotten some feedback and brought back to us as well. So we're trying to run the establishment the way we have for the last 14 years.
Well, thank you very much. I had an opportunity to review some of the reports, and it does seem to be that things are better. Lieutenant, are you satisfied with the results that we have so far?
They certainly have improved. I just have a couple of questions, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
I've never really been in there myself, except for a couple of incidents years ago. You say you have security. Is it a uniformed security force that you have inside, or is it just some guys that say security on their back as bouncers, or what are we talking?
I'm going to bring Felipe Montero up. He's the owner of Guardian
Okay.
Capital, and he can
Sounds good.
speak in that regards.
Good afternoon, everyone. I do apologize. I had facial surgery. Little nose break occurred, little septum issue. So I'm sorry, sir, I didn't hear your question.
My question is, shut it off. My question basically is, what type of security company is it? Is it uniformed security guys that have to pass the whole thing, that work inside and outside in the lot? Or?
So what we do is, I've had the company going for 12 and a half years. I used to work for the Department of Corrections, and my director's also the Deputy Chief of Woburn. So very dear friend of mine. So what we decided to do is implement a different format of security for each location. So for instance, we have a club location, which I do have an audit, which we go in and we look at the location. We kind of sit quiet. We watch what goes on, how it goes on, and then we develop a deterrent that helps that location out. So what we did is we went into the Squires, we looked at it, we tried to figure out, we didn't want to bring something so demanding as our uniforms as you wear. So we figured it was a different type of deterrent that we needed to do. We needed to touch base with the clientele. So what I did was I switched it up to polo shirts, non-collar, just say security to identify themselves. Then we have tactical pants. I think the tactical pants is more of a deterrent for some ways because it shows a little more deterrent, meaning they stand out from anyone else than dress clothes and things. And then what we started doing was we started taking control more at the door. We started signifying what happens before you get in. The same respect that you give at the door is the respect we feel you should give inside. So now if we figure someone isn't up to par at that moment, we actually speak to the individual, we explain to them how it works now, what the issue is. So it's basically, we try to set it back a little more from the uniform control.
Okay, about as far as training, do they go through a training regimen? Are they certified and that type of thing?
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
we do on-job training.
Okay.
First, what it is we used to run over 17 and a half, so I say 17 and a half clubs, and I do apologize. It's 17 clubs, but I say a half because one of them only had 20 people in it, so I call it a small location. We used to run Bijou, Bodega, 222. We used to run all these different operations. So what we did was we designed a plan that curtails to the location. So what we did was we designed this whole format for the Squires. We noticed that a lot of the stuff that was basically occurring was happening out in the parking lot, more or less. They were waiting for their friends to show up. They weren't walking in individually. They were waiting for their group, almost like, I don't want to say it so plainly, but almost like I don't want to use the word gang.
Entourage, there you go.
Yeah. All right. So they waited for their guys to walk in. So they would walk in 10 to 20 deep. So what we did was we started noticing exterior patrol was mandatory. So at that time, we needed to get these people out of their cars into the location and not wait for their people. It broke up this little division that they had. Then they would go and have their location and then group together in there. So we kind of just designed it that way. We started taking control from the outside, then worked its way in.
Yeah. It's funny, because talking to a lot of my guys, they say the same thing, too. They say a lot of it's out in the parking lot. In fact, the only incident that I've even seen the last couple of months was a loiterer in the parking lot. It looks like he damaged some of your property.
Yes, sir.
Because he wasn't taking out a lot. Now, you guys have any issue as far as clearing the lot?
We do not, surprisingly, and I'm not going to lie to you, we thought clearing the lot would be one of our biggest situation.
Yeah.
But our biggest situation right now, it's just the beginning of the night, people that are still waiting to watch people walk in, and then my guys notice it. Squires has an unbelievable camera system, obviously you know that. So not only are we paying attention outside, but their camera system, my guys are out there in under 10 seconds, if that. And they're right on it. So it's like they can walk around that corner area where that back lot is. They're right on it. And they're like, let's go, guys.
And how many of you guys have on duty at once? Depending on the night, or?
It depends what the night is. Yes, it is. I believe Sundays we have 3 that are on from my team, and then he has his own security team.
Yeah, we also have 3 other individuals inside the club.
All right, so you have
2
about-
security
you have
and a
about half a dozen
manager.
anyways.
They are securing the door. We've let them take care of the door, which takes care of the IDs and everything, and the parking lot. Like we said, obviously in our history, our issues have happened in the parking lot. We've maintained pretty good control inside the club, but the parking lot becomes an issue, as we know. So that's why we had to make sure we had the proper people there.
Okay, I have no more questions.
Very good. And do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
I do. That nose break didn't happen at the Squire, did it? Didn't happen down there.
I
fighting
would
and everything?
love to see that. That way I could sue them, but no.
Right.
No.
So a couple things. I mean, I think it's been essentially night and day from when last time your business was here in front of us. I've taken the liberty to go down there occasionally and just observe from afar, and I see a noticeable difference in how things are happening when people are exiting. I've sat there in the back of the lot and just observed how your staff and the flow of the people coming out of the business and what you guys are doing to get people off the lot. I've been thoroughly impressed with the changes that you guys have made at the Squire, and I gave your partner a bit of a hard time the last time because I just truly want you guys to just really embrace the accountability that comes with having an establishment like that, because you're gonna attract certain people that you can't control who comes in your business. That's not your, but I think that, embracing the accountability and knowing that you do have an obligation to ensure that whoever decides to come there leaves there safely. And that's my main point. The unbelievable camera system that you described, I hope that whenever there is an incident, that Revere PD has immediate access to that camera system, because that's been an issue in the past. But like I said, I think I've probably seen you maybe by the door once, twice, but I've certainly seen Peter there rather consistently. And like I said, I've been very impressed with what I've saw from sitting in the lot, just kind of observing how the night goes. I think I went there 4 times, and from 12:30 till about 2:30 in the morning, I've sat there in the lot just kind of observing things, and I haven't seen any issues. So I really commend you guys for really stepping up and embracing the responsibility of making sure people leave there safely. So I want to say that on the record. But that's all I have.
Appreciate that.
So coming to the hearing, one of my main concerns was the parking lot. But I do feel that you guys, and from what I hear from you, things are working out the way that you guys are doing things right now. And I am very positive about the security plan. Hopefully it works out for you guys.
Thank you.
All right, well, does anybody have anything else to add while we're here? I don't see or hear anybody. What would you like to do with this situation?
I would honestly propose just putting it on file. I think that, I don't think a review after this date is necessary. I'm thoroughly impressed with the head of security in the company and their representation before us today. As our Revere PD representative has indicated, Lieutenant Malley has indicated, there hasn't been any issues. We have the logs here. So I say we put it on file and hope that they continue to do the great work they've done over the past 60 days, I believe it's been.
I will second that.
Very good. I think that's what we'll do. We're going to file this matter. If things come up, I guess we'll be back and we'll deal with them as they arise. But I want to thank you, gentlemen, for coming here today and also for taking our position seriously and for acting upon it and making it a better situation for everybody. So we thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for giving us an opportunity. Thank you.
This matter is filed. Item number 13, Wonderland Entertainment LLC, DBA Oceanside Event Center, 1290 North Shore Road, Revere. Charles Del Pidio is the manager. This is a review hearing relative to the effectiveness of the new security changes. This is a 60-day review. Mr. Del Pidio?
Charles Del Pidio, 84 Broadreach, North Weymouth, Massachusetts.
Taras Roybeck, 9 North Bend Street, Lynn, Mass.
Gentlemen, we're here to discuss the situation regarding your details and the arrangements for the security of the Oceanside. What is your representation at this point?
Well, we came here last time to get a little bit of help. We did, then it was taken away. But I understand that, and we're not here to ask for anything today. We're just going to go about our business, and we'll just have to add the extra amount of money for details onto the person that's renting the club from us.
Okay.
It's very
Which details
expensive.
are you speaking of? The officer details or fire details?
Both. They're both together when they come there. So there's one price that I have to put on for both of them. It's just expensive, and that's all. We'll just have to add it on to the customer.
Right, but my question to you is, in your position as the owner at this point, do you feel, based on the changes that you made and the security that you've hired, and do you feel like the additional detail is still needed for your business?
That's a loaded question for me to answer, because I don't want to feel prejudiced by answering that question, and that's what I feel a little bit.
Well, I think that you should answer whatever is in the best interest of your business. Obviously, you have to take in consideration the
Well-
health and safety of the public, but
When we have the main ballroom going, of course, we'd love to have the details. The police department, the fire department. We've always shown total respect to the fire department and to the police department. Taras is our manager, and I'm sure the police officers and firemen that come there would say great things about this guy. It seems like it's starting to take a little bit of a turn, and I think we know what I'm talking about, and I hope it continues. And to make, I'm sure I'm not the only business that had this problem. The people in Revere, I still believe, really love this place. I think they go there and they have a wonderful time. Where else can they go and see these major artists?
I do want to ask you, we've received a report from the fire department. Can you speak to the, why this particular door was blocked?
Well, you know what,
Barricade.
that was, I guess I'm gonna say ignorance on my part, because that is never that way when we're open. That is a door that doesn't have a lock on the other side. Can I be honest with you? We need some new doors, and that was just for extra security. But since then, since Deputy Chivas came up and said, guys, you got this problem, we corrected everything already.
You fixed the doors too?
No, we didn't put the new doors on, but whatever he needed done, we got it done immediately.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Mr. Delpidio. Deputy Cheever, our chief, do you have something that you'd like to add to this?
So I believe the commission has my letter that I sent over, and also a copy of this incident report. And I would just, you have a little history of why the details were there, and as the business owner said, he'd like to keep it as is, and we're good with that. But I think I'd just like to say that there has been less problems because we like to believe that because we've been there, we've kept the problems down as is with the police. When they've been there, had the details there, we've kept this place in a safer condition. And so I was just asking in my letter, as you can see, I don't need the commission to make an order to have a detail. That's granted to me as the authority having jurisdiction. But I'd like the commission to just mirror, I would ask that you mirror my order under those conditions that I laid out for the details, just to memorialize them in the license, and that would be my request. And as far as the incident report with the locked door, that was during operating hours, and there's an incident report from the member that was on detail down there that took pictures of that. That happened during an occupied club, so that's why we're there. I just wanted to reiterate that. That's why we're there, and I'm not blaming anybody. I know there's mistakes happen, and they will work to correct those right away. But that's one of the main reasons we're there. Aside from being right on scene when there's a huge crowd there's a lot of action going on, and they're right there in the middle of it to take care of people who might have a medical issue, or there's a problem with the alarm system or anything like that comes up, as I've outlined in my letter.
All right, well, thank you. Do you have any questions for the chief?
I do. So, Chief, I did review your letter, and I certainly appreciate you taking the time to provide us the synopsis and overview, and certainly what your wishes are that you would like the commission to use as guidance, per se, if we did include some of these as a condition of the license. But I do want to ask you, so the first one you put here, you said, when the club is operating one room on floor one, there is no fire watch detail assigned the occupancy is 100. So basically, if the occupancy exceeds 100, you want a fire detail.
That's correct.
So what's the occupancy limit of that room?
I believe it's 300.
It's 300.
And they can speak better to that.
So my question is, if the occupancy is 300, so if the occupancy is what's allowed under the code and says, hey, you can have comfortably 300 people in here, why did you set the bar so low?
Well, as I understand, they haven't been hitting that occupancy in that room, so, I mean, I would be okay with 100 or less to not have a detail. They have the egress right out to the parking lot in that room, but if they go over 100, that to me requires the detail.
But my question is, so if, let's say, for instance, and I'm just playing a little devil's advocate here. If the room allowable size is 300, that tells me that under the code, under the fire code, this business can comfortably fit this amount of people in this room without posing a health or safety or dangers to the community, especially for the people on the side. So if that number exceeds 300, I understand why there would be a problem, because that's not allowed. But if the number exceeds 100, it's still a comfortable space that shouldn't pose a health or safety concern to the fire department, because they're still well within that 50, they're not even 50% capacity.
Right, well, I was just allowing a little bit of leeway, because if we were down to 100 or so, then we'd be okay. But, I mean, we've had a detail there regardless of the number of people that have been in there for years, for over 25 years.
Right. And so, and recognizing your position as chief, and certainly acknowledging that authority, that you have the ability to issue such an order. I understand that. But I also understand that it requires some level of good cause for it, not simply because this is the way we've been doing it for 20 years, but more so a substantiated basis for the order, right? Especially as acting chief, you're coming in, I certainly would love for you to put on the record, not simply because we've been doing it for 20 years, but I want to know the reasons that you're requiring this business, who has, you acknowledge that has, faced significant economic downturns. And I understand your concerns, but I would like for it laid out on the record why you're requiring it. For it to continue, but more so explain to us why such a low threshold, when the capacity, they have one room that fits up to 300, they have another room that can fit up to a larger amount, 600 people, but the bar is set so low. So again, this is not a challenge per se, but I would like it for the clarity of the record.
Sure. Well, so this is actually allowing a little bit of leeway, which we didn't before. So we reviewed it, and I'll have my code enforcement deputy speak a little more on it. So we've allowed a little bit of leeway there, because we know that the crowd is down and it's at a lower bar. And so, I mean, the club, if it was a full capacity, I believe it's close to 2,000 if you had everything. And there's nothing in the law that's going to spell that out exactly. That's why it gives me a lot of leeway with as the authority having jurisdiction. Yeah, would you like to speak, deputy?
So as far as the capacity of the 300 room, I can't really speak any further on that. My concern is when that room is occupied and he has the ballroom going and maybe even the back room, like we just said, his occupancy, basically that comes down to 1,900 people in this building. So that's quite a large occupancy. Our past history with this property was we did have a lot of problems with how things were being maintained. So there is a history with the fire department of writing up various aspects. I was in there in 2016, wrote up a bunch of things. They did fix those issues. Our opinion, what we discussed before was if the ballroom's open and the other rooms are open, we need to have the fire detail there. As far as 50% capacity on the 300 room, if nothing else is open, I can't really speak on that. That's in the chief's purview.
So let me ask you something you probably can't speak on. So floor 2, what's the capacity of that floor, that room?
That's the 600 room.
That's the 600 room. Okay. So according to you,
Correct, Mary.
Chief Cullen,
Yep.
apologize. It says, when one or more rooms is operating in addition to, I guess, floor number one, there should be a fire. I understand that fire detail there. But it comes back to, if he has a small event, I'm just trying to understand the rationale behind the first order. It makes sense for everything else. One or more rooms going on, you can have like 1,900 people easily there at one time, I get it. But when one floor is operating, that's under 50% capacity, I just want, again, for the record, the justification for requiring this business owner to have detail there that he has, as he said, that's not all, that ultimately is going to come out of his pocket initially, but he's going to pass on to his customers. Now his customer, whoever's booking that venue, is going to say, you know what, I'm all set with Oceanside, because now I got to pay not only for the security, but I also got to pay for these details. It's just that, so I'm just looking for the justification behind that first order. Everything else makes sense.
As far as that goes, I'm gonna have to defer to the chief for that room. If nothing else is open and he just has that, how do you determine what the occupancy is? Based
Well,
on ticket
how did you get to
sales?
300?
How are you determining how many are in that room at that time?
Well, I mean, so let me ask you a question. If he tells you, so you're relying on this owner to say, hey, based on what I'm hearing about this event, we're expected about 150. We need a guy tonight. Or do you automatically send the guy and say, hey, we only have 75 people. We don't need you tonight. How does the system work?
I have to defer to the chief on that.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
So my question, well, I'm going to go back to your code enforcement. He said, well, how do we determine, whether it's over that number or under that number? Well, so I'll put it back on you. Are you relying on him to report to the fire department and say, hey, we're expecting 150. We need a guy tonight or two guys tonight?
Oh, that's correct.
So
We are
that's how it
relying on the
works.
business owner. That's correct. And they've been very good about things like that.
Right.
And as far as, I just want to give you a history. When we started back when it was the Club Lido, and it was back in the early 2000s, and I was on the job at that time, we used to have a member in every room at that time. We had two or three people there, and we've reduced it over the years at the request of the club.
Right.
And, be honest with you, one member down there, when it does hit that really high capacity, isn't enough. And we've been, there's just been, but we're not at that stage right now. So we're just dealing with what we have today in front of us.
What do your guys do when they're down there?
Oh, they patrol.
They patrol what?
They patrol. They're watching for people standing in the aisles, in the egress areas, and they're checking the alarm panel. They're checking the sprinkler system. Of course, there's medical aid calls there quite a bit. Every couple of weeks we're down there, so they go and they investigate, and any kind of emergency at all that comes up, they're there to address it right away.
That makes sense. And that was the good cause I was looking for. I certainly understand the need, and I think that the provisions of number 2, just looking at the second part of your letter here, where I certainly am struggling with the first order, but the number 2, which certainly says when one or more rooms are occupied in addition to floor 1, there should be a fire detail there. I understand that. When the club is operating floor 2, regardless, there should be a fire detail. That's a large number. I certainly understand that. And obviously, the club shall require employees to complete the required safety course and stuff like that. That's all practical. My biggest concern was with number 1. I don't necessarily believe it's fair to this business owner to have him at such a low number when the threshold should really be 300. I can understand maybe even if you're at 75%, I get it. But we're not even at, this is your 35% capacity, you're requiring him to have a detail. So, but if that's what you guys agree to, then I certainly don't want to meddle into that. But if you would like for it to be memorialized into the the license as a condition, that's where I would have my issue with provision number 1.
I understand your position. Mr. Del Pidio, how many crowd control managers do you have?
8.
And how many are on duty at a particular time?
Did you speak? It depends on the event, but enough to cover the capacities for the rooms. Absolutely.
Very good. Thank you. Well, do you have any other questions for anyone, or,
So I just,
yes, Deputy?
So again, we talked about capacities of rooms and so forth. He has a room that's 300. There's some debate on if that's the only room that's open, whether the detail should be there or not. When all the other rooms are open, there absolutely should be a fire detail here on record. Right now, we just went through the fact that he has 8 crowd control managers. So if you go by the code, 1,100 capacity in one room, 600 capacity in another room, 300 capacity in the other room, that's a total of 10 that he needs, not 8. So,
With the detail officers he has, would that be considered a crowd control manager?
not really, because that's not our job to do the count at the door and everything else. Our
Revere
job
PD.
is to do oversight.
What about Revere PD? I mean, if he has, how many details do you usually have from Revere PD on when you have these big events? Two. In addition to the 8, that would be 10.
So if we're going strictly by the code, what the fire code says is he's supposed to, by law, have this number of crowd control managers trained and on-site to manage the property,
Fair enough.
regardless of whatever else is added to this.
Fair enough. And I'm not challenging that.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's no one better we have some of the finest police officers I've seen.
But again, their job is different than what a crowd control managers do. Crowd control managers are supposed to do a pre-check before the event begins, take the board off the door, which shouldn't be on the door in the first place. We've had a long conversation about that. They've acknowledged several door slabs, which I believe are in record with you. Taking those things off does not resolve those doors. Matter of fact, it kind of shows you a little bit of the ignorance of the door conditions. Matter of fact, that double set of doors that has the board on it, the crash bars that are on those doors are no longer allowed by code since the Station nightclub fire, because you can get your arms behind it and then you can't open the door. So now the crowd ends up jamming behind you. So besides the board, the crash bars are also a major violation and hazard. So I understand the business. I understand he's been here a long time. We've had a relationship with him a long time. PD's had a long relationship with him. The fire detail is definitely needed. It's definitely needed. When I went into record 2 months ago talking about we're here, we have a medical call minimum every other week to the property. So our detail's in the crowd. Our detail's usually dealing with that medical call, getting that person to the door, getting the ambulance directed to what door, what part of the building to get to. So the detail fits that role. Crowd managers aren't doing that part of the work.
when was the last time you guys were involved, like, with the situation?
With,
Like, something happening where?
I didn't check the records before this, but I put it into record 2 months ago. I went through the past year, and we were doing medical calls at this facility at least every other weekend.
And then, how long has this store been like this for? The door that we have the picture of?
Unfortunately, quite a while. So I haven't done an inspection in this property in a few years. I did back in 2016. I wrote up a lot of things which they fixed back in 2016. So since then, I've moved on to a lot of the high-rise construction and so forth. So there's other inspectors looking at these things. Unfortunately, the door was missed. You know, sometimes I'm my own worst enemy because I know too much. Hope that helps.
So Deputy, if the club is operating at full capacity with the ballroom and both of the other rooms going, they are required to have 10 crowd control managers?
Correct.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
And putting more on.
Great.
do not
So
have that
we would
problem.
like you to do that, to get that up to
As a matter of fact,
what the law is.
What,
the deputy,
if I, go ahead.
I'm
Yeah, I'll
sorry.
speak after.
you know, he told us, Chuck, this is what you need. You know, you gotta get these, everything in line, everything up to our station. So we did everything right away. But if we need 10, Paul, we'll put 10 on.
So again, not to pick on the business, but it's their obligation to know what that requirement is to ensure that they had that number on. You know, I did visit last week, beginning of this week, went through the facility, checked his emergency lights. We have updated sprinkler and fire alarm reports. He does have his club checks that he's supposed to be doing. Our issues are more, again, he needs to have more crowd managers. So that kind of shows there is a little bit of lax in paying attention to everything and the issues with the doors. So I think our need is there. I think our need fits in terms of from the medical so forth, with the amount of calls that we do get to the facility. I think it helps with the crowd management.
All right, thank you very much, Deputy. Does anybody else have anything else to add? Well,
I'd speak on something. I'm Captain Kevin O'Hara, Revere Fire Department. Speaking on behalf of the Local 926, I'm president of Revere Firefighters Union. I got on the job in 2004. I started with these details. There used to be one member in every room. Then the Station nightclub happened back then, and that's how this all started. But, I'm here for the protection of the brothers and sisters. And I know they cut down police officers as well. I've done the detail days in the past. I have done one in probably about 2 years. But we did have a couple events there where I do remember calling in a second fire detail. I remember shutting down the club at the front door because they sold too many tickets. And when I shut them down, I got threatened by everybody outside. And it was because of the police that protected me. And there was about I think, what was the number back then, Lieutenant? It was probably half a dozen, 6 officers. And they had to escort me in and out of there.
You were there by yourself?
I was there by myself. I requested another detail that night. This is probably about 10 years ago. But, this is what we dealt through. And, I would like to go on record that, just the other day at Fall River, they laid off firefighters. They went down from 237 in 20 years to 147. Look what happened. This is what happens when you start cutting public safety. You start eliminating details. You start eliminating manpower. This is what you can't gamble public safety. And when I'm there, we're not just, I'm at the front door. I'm checking the number, how many people coming in. I'm walking around, I'm checking the doors. I'm going upstairs to the other nightclub that's running, checking there, constantly looking at the bouncers. And you got to trust those guys at the front door, clicking the clicker, making sure they stay on top of everything. And there've been incidents when I was down there, like I told you, I haven't been down in a while, but I'm going to start going down there now. Because I want to start doing it, because I'm concerned about the public. I'm concerned about us. Because if anything happens in there, and I also know crowd managers and firefighters and then our police officers. That's all, they don't do what we do. We're trained individuals. We're the only ones in the state can do what we can do. There's no security companies that can do what we can do, nothing. So I just want to go on public record and say that. Thank you very much, Commissioners.
Thank you for your statement. I think.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that was very helpful. Very helpful.
I'm also saying that we're not looking, when that ballroom is open and the other rooms are open, that cut a fire detail. We want the fire detail. But when that small room, when we first came here the first time, we're trying to do some weddings, we're trying to do, what's the word? Quinceañeros, and
Small private events.
small private events, and if I have to have a detail for those, it'll take it out of whack and I won't even be able to do them. But I'm not looking to be a wise guy here at all. I'm not looking to take away from this fire department or the police department. I appreciate them. We've been there a long time, and 10 years ago I wasn't there. And when I came aboard over here, it wasn't the greatest place. And I think from that point until now, I think we've made a major step forward. And I feel that in my heart, and that's how we run our business. Are we the best in the business? No. Do I make mistakes? Absolutely. But I work from my heart.
Chief, I'm only one voice on the commission. I'm not sure what my fellow commissioners would like to do, but again, for me, I'm struggling with that first vision. In order, if my proposal to this commission is not necessarily in line with your order, one of it's gonna kind of defeat the purpose. So my question is, would you be amenable to, for that first provision saying like, look, if the capacity approaches or exceeds that 150 mark, that's at 50% of the room's capacity, then they would require a a fire watch detail as opposed to that 100. And I think that's, I'm not, you guys are the experts. And certainly I credit what you said. That really shed some real light to the overall situation. It's needed. My position coming in, reading the papers before I got here, has changed in light of your testimony. And I'm sure you could probably, surmise that based on the way I've been questioning you guys, right? But I think that, again, I'm only one voice. But it seems like the appropriate number would be 150, which is 50% of the capacity of the room, as opposed to 100, because you're just at 35% at that point. Again, you laid out why it's necessary regarding all the other provisions, but to impose on them to be at 100, you need a detail there. I'm struggling with that justification, and if our ruling here doesn't align with your order, then there's still that break there. So would you be amenable to that?
I'd have to respectfully disagree. I think 100 is a reasonable number, and without me coming up here today, we would have just remained as we were, and it wouldn't have mattered if that we were down then, regardless of what was there. So I think I'm going to stand on that. And I did ask the commission to mirror my order in that, and whatever you decide, it won't change my order on that detail.
Okay, well, I guess we have got our positions established. I would make a motion that when more than one room is operating, that a condition of the license would be that the fire detail would be warranted. However, I tend to agree with you that if that first room is in operation, I don't think it's necessary to have a fire detail. I mean, that's, there are plenty of places in the city that have 100 people in the room and they don't have fire details. Now, granted, this is an older building, but as the chief indicated, there is egress right out the back. So, I mean, the chief is certainly within his right to enforce the 100 patron limit at his discretion because he's the chief, but I wouldn't make it a condition of the license. I don't know how you feel about it, but that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, and I agree 100%. But I do want to note I can certainly acknowledge that the chief certainly has, based on our reading of the code and the law, has wide latitude to issue such an order. However, the owner is not absolved of any recourse from that either, because as I mentioned several times on the record, that although the fire chief has the ability to issue such an order, it has to be based and premised upon good reason and a good faith basis as to why the order is being issued. And those orders can be challenged. And certainly the commission is not going to get involved in that aspect. That's between you and the fire department and whatever channels that you would have to go through to visit that. But I would like to second the chairman's motion that he just put forward.
Yes, chief.
So the club owner is free to appeal to the Fire Prevention Regulations Board and appeal my order, and that's, that certainly is right to do that.
Okay, thank you very much, chief. We appreciate it. And we certainly understand, your position and appreciate the fact that you're looking out for, the public safety, and that's certainly commendable, and we appreciate that. Thank you. But at this point, we would amend your license, if we can get a vote, to have a fire detail required should more than one should more than that small room be operating? So you have the one room with 300 people. According to your license, it's not required to have a fire detail based upon the license commission. The fire department has got a totally separate jurisdiction on that, and if they indicate that you must have it, you must have it. Well, what the license commission is what my motion would be that if you're operating more than that one room, that you would be required as a condition of your license to have a fire detail.
And I would certainly second that motion.
Okay? Very good. So that's the motion. That's the amendment to your license. Are we gonna conclude this?
Can I say something?
Certainly.
The last thing I want to do is to have any hard feelings with the fire department or the police department or the board. We're just running a business and trying to do it to the best of our ability. But I don't need anybody to get upset and say, hey, well, I don't want to see this. That's the last thing I want to see. So I'm here to work with the fire department and the police department and the board.
Well, we appreciate that, and I think I can speak for my fellow commissioners that we are in the same position. We want to strike a balance between public safety, your ability to earn, your ability to protect the public, as well as the police department. I mean, that's our goal, and sometimes we make out better than others, but, so that's the motion, and that's what we're gonna do, and we'll conclude this hearing.
Good luck to you.
The next items on the agenda are communications, notification from the Massachusetts Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission of an approval of a farmer brewery pouring permit for Twisted Fate Brewing Company, or Twisted Fate Brewing Suffolk Downs LLC, DBA Twisted Fate Brewing. Another notification from the Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission of approval of an all-alcohol restaurant license for Lumina Lounge LLC, DBA Lumina Lounge. And that concludes the agenda for today. I would make a motion that we adjourn until August 20th.
I'll second that.
Very good. The meeting is adjourned.